The Hexanator 5000 is a user-focused redesign of the everyday Allen wrench, providing maximum comfort and reducing the risk of trauma to the operator. Our product is designed to be an ergonomic solution to the pitfalls of the original Allen wrench. The H5000 is for use as an everyday tool by technicians or a luxury household tool item for the fix-it-all dad. It requires limited knowledge from the user and can be used with as much ease as a basic Allen wrench, if not more.
Okay, so here's the actual CAD model for our Hexanator 9000, and it may look complicated at first. There are a lot of components to it, but I promise you it's very easy to use, and this one tool will replace a whole set of Allen keys. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is this dome-like feature here at the end of the handle, and this dome feature is actually a lid that rotates around the handle. The hole in the lid allows access to the attachments that are stored in the handle. If we take a look from this other view, we can see that there are 8 storage areas within the handle, and each one of these storage areas can accommodate one of these hex keys of varying sizes, up to 8 different sizes that we can store within the tool. So moving along, we come to the handle. And the handle itself is made from ABS plastic on the interior, and this exterior is actually made of like a rubberized grip-like material that will allow for optimal grip when the tool is in use. So from the handle down, we move to the shaft of the tool and eventually to this pivot point here. Now the pivot point enables 2 positions for the tool to be used, this 90-degree configuration and a 180-degree configuration. The 180-degree configuration allows the tool to reach into our harder to reach areas and still do the job, whereas the 90-degree configuration allows for more torque to be applied where the tool can be used in the 90-degree configuration. So from the pivot we move down to the ratchet, and this functions just like any old ratchet in a socket set would, where essentially you can, if you're tightening the Allen bolt, you can move the handle the opposite way of tightening without undoing the tightening you did. The same goes for loosening, and this just enables the tool, you don't have to pick it out of the hex bolt and reposition it if you're in a tight area where the handle can't be turned. You can just ratchet it back and continue to tighten. So moving down from the ratchet is where we actually have the attachments for the Hexanator, and as you can see, the attachments go into the socket with this universally sized square adapter. All the different sizes of the attachments that we store have the same universal size, so they will all fit into the tool. So one of the things that we found very frustrating with the existing hex keys was the difficulty in finding the correct size and keeping track of the keys. You could get a very nice set and easily lose 1 or 2 of the keys in your toolbox or elsewhere. So this storage compartment that we have in the handle really accounts for that, as it enables us to store up to 8 sizes of the key without losing them, and we will know which one you're taking because up the side of the handle in line with each storage area will be a small label that depicts the size that the hex key that is designed to be in that hole. Now as long as you replace the hex key back to where you took it from, this will be very easy not to mix up the hex keys instead of trying to examine the keys today, which are very hard to examine, and often the size is lasered on is very difficult to read. So as I mentioned, the attachment head is universal, so all different sizes of hex key that are from the set will work inside the ratchet. And we actually designed this handle, this portion right here, in order to reduce possible hand trauma. When we conducted our literature review, we determined that we needed a handle that be at least 100 millimeters long with an optimal length of 125 millimeters. This is for use with or without gloves, and this length ensures that the handle does not end in the palm of the operator. Ending in the palm of the operator can cause tissue damage to the hand. The shape, this oblong shape we chose rounded off, was chosen for comfort and grip, so that the tool can be gripped properly and comfortably, and maximum torque can be applied. So again, with the pivot point, it was added, as we discussed, to enable it to work in different variations. And finally, the ratchet mechanism, which also reduces upper limb trauma and the possibility of stripping the screw head when positioning the tool in and out of the screw head over and over again. So as you can see right now, we're taking a look at the design of the handle itself and some of the dimensions. It's very apparent from this view that we have a number of different dimensions for the handle, which is the most complex part of the tool to be formed with the various curves, and we have a number of dimensions that will make it very easy to prototype the first run of this tool for testing purposes. And due to the dimensions that we have and the vast number of dimensions that we have included, it'd be very easy to produce these parts. And all of the other components of the tool itself are dimensioned very similar to the handle. For the sake of time, I won't move through all of those, but the handle was one of the ones, as it is the most complex, that we felt it would be important to show. So, on the subject of the prototype and building a prototype tool to work with, we do need to cover a little bit of the materials we're planning to manufacture this tool from. As we discussed earlier, the interior of the handle will be made from ABS plastic with the texturized rubber grip on the outside to optimize the comfort and ability to grip, whereas the remainder of the pieces will be made, the ratchet, the shaft, and the keys themselves, we're planning to make from stainless steel at this point, although that may change depending on whether we need to go with a more durable material if we're planning to use this tool in an industrial manufacturing plant setting. So in producing this tool, we're going to definitely need plastic forming processes for the handle and the metal forming processes to build the remainder of the parts. So as you can see, there is a little bit that goes into manufacturing one of the Hexanator 5000.